Okay, here we go. That's not gonna cut it. Hi guys, have you ever wanted to use a radar gun to test your serve speed? Well, I've got a cool one right here. We're gonna unbox it and talk about all the details, so stay tuned. Gotta break 60, come on. Hey, it's Chris Lewitt here, top American junior coach and coach to many #1 juniors in the United States. Let's dive in and talk about this radar gun. Okay, so we got 60. Was that your flat serve? Yeah. Okay, cool. Hey guys, okay, we're here with the unboxing of, this is called the Radar Coach. I'm here with my assistants. Hi guys, want to say hello? Hi. These are my students. And so we've been using this a lot at the club, and I think it's really fun. This is from my friends at On Court, Off Court, and it comes in this small box, very simple packaging. We got a lovely Radar Coach. We'll zoom in on this carrying bag for all your carrying bag needs. And this is the actual Radar Coach, and I believe it comes assembled like this. Actually, you may have to put the feet on, but basically this is the unit. It's really simple to operate, and it just sits on the, we just put it on the floor. I'll show you how we set it up to get serve speeds, but it's very convenient. Thanks guys. And I just wanted to mention a few items. Number one, it takes 5 AA batteries. That's important. It has a number of different modes. It has a voice mode, which we usually use the voice mode, so it calls out the actual speed so you can hear it. It's kind of a robotic voice. It's a little freaky, but it does have a voice mode. It records the last 10 readings, so it has a memory function. It can measure ball speed or swing speed. It has a couple different modes. One for athletes when they're moving and one just for ball speed, so it's got some different options. And it says that it takes speeds from 3 miles per hour to 150 miles per hour. We don't have anyone at the academy who can serve 150 miles per hour, so I can't verify that. Maybe Sophia could. Sophia, can you get that speed? Maybe, yeah. But it is nice sometimes to have the 3 part, the lower end, because some speed guns actually, the cutoff's like 30. So it is sometimes nice if you're working with young kids to be able to get a reading for lower speeds. And we can talk about the accuracy. It does advertise 5%, a 5% error rate, error percentage. So we can talk about that. There are some other radar guns on the market that have a little higher accuracy rating. And, but we've been having a lot of fun with this. Anything else I can tell you? I'll show you in the next video how we set it up, and we'll dive into some serving and measuring speeds. Okay, so this is the unit, just 5 AA batteries in the back, and it can basically go anywhere, which is really great. All you do is that you have some buttons on the back here. You have an on-off button. You have a kilometers or miles per hour button. You have a voice mode button, which we always like to use the voice mode, unless they're like some old ladies playing over there who will get annoyed, and then we try not to do that. They'll get mad at us. And then this interesting still mode or movement mode, and we put it in still mode, which is, no, we put it in movement mode for when you have someone hitting a ball. And you can use still mode. I don't know who would use still mode. That's just for like a machine throwing a ball. I don't get that. So you have to put it in movement mode, and it has to be called F1, which is a little tricky. You press the button, and it says F0 for still mode and F1 for movement mode. So make sure you're in F1. And that's really the only tricky part. There's also the record function that I mentioned. It can record 10 serves in the memory. All right, and I'll show you where we set it up in a moment. Okay guys, so what we do is we put the Radar Coach. Don't put it right next to the net, and don't block the radar signal with the net strap. We just put it slightly behind the net. I have it about a foot, and for some powerful servers, sometimes the net actually, the ball goes past where the net's lined up, and it can knock the machine down. So make sure you're about a foot from behind the net, and then you angle it up a little bit, and you try to get as direct a line as possible with the servers, and it does a pretty good job of getting a reading. But it is important not to have too much of an angle from where you're shooting from. You want to try to get as direct line as possible, and there's some mathematical reasons for that. I actually did a podcast on speed guns recently. It's a sports science podcast. I'll put a link somewhere, maybe down below, and you can actually watch that podcast if you're interested in the science and the research behind speed guns. I talked about a research article, and we talked about some of the mathematics of what causes some of the variance in recording. So if you're interested in that kind of nerdy stuff, check out that podcast that I did. Okay, so we got 60. Was that your flat serve? Yeah. Okay, cool. Nice, good job, 64. So what I found is this little speed gun. It's not very expensive, and I think maybe it's $150, and it's very motivational. The kids really enjoy serving with it. They like seeing their results, even if it's not 100% accurate, and it's very enjoyable. So kids, a lot of times, serving every day is monotonous. And so this way you can see some of the fruits of your labor. You can see your speed. You can try different techniques and see if it's helping you serve faster or causing you to serve slower. So I think in the end, it's very good for engagement. It really gets the kids engaged in serving, which is something that I think is valuable. All right, what do you got, Chloe? Do you think you can beat your sister? She got 64 on a flat serve. Yeah. You think you can do it? That's not going to cut it. 54, and you mishit it a little bit. $59. All right. Okay. So that's not saying low, like the serve was low. That's just saying the battery's a little low. And in terms of the battery, the instructions say that you have about 20 hours without the voice recording, with the voice speaking the times, the speeds. And you have about 10 hours if you're using the voice. And we always like to use the voice, so 10 hours goes by pretty fast, actually, if you're practicing a lot. So you're going to be going through some batteries. There's no other option to charge the thing. All right, let's do it again, guys. Sophia, right now, the high speed is 64. Last time you got 0. There was no reading. I don't know why. I would stand in a little closer. I think that's what happened. Just a touch. Let's see what you got. Are you going to do slide? You're going to get faster speed with your flat serve. Okay. 58. 64 is the highest we got. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go, Zoe. Come on. You're the leader in the clubhouse. 64. Can you get 65? 64 again. Good job. Try to get the toss in front. Use the legs. There's no way that was 67. See, I don't know about that timing. So this is something that, there is a significant variance sometimes with the machine. 5%, that means 95% accuracy. That means basically if you serve 100 miles per hour, the reading could be 95 or 105, which is a pretty wide spread. So if you're working with pros or high-level servers, I think that's probably an unacceptable amount of inaccuracy. But if you're working with young kids and you're using this thing for fun, I think it's still accurate enough that it's motivational and it's worthwhile, worth buying, worth using. But I will say that here we have some girls under 12. When I had some bigger boys, some big hitters, some high school players who were serving closer to 100, like triple-digit speeds, I felt like the speed gun was a lot less accurate at the higher end of at that speed. And so if you're in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, from my personal experience and my impression is that it's more accurate in that speed range. So if you're looking for something to help you from 100 to like 150, I think you probably want to get a unit that has a better accuracy rate. So that's my main point. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this review of the Radar Coach by On Court, Off Court. I'll provide a link down below or in the comments, and I hope you go out and grab one. If you're looking for a fun, very simple to operate, portable device, you can take it with you anywhere. It's very motivational for kids to use or for yourself, and you can gauge your progress. You can see and get instant feedback from the device about whether whether that technique that you adjusted is actually helping to improve your serve speed or not. So I just think it's a very useful device. I've had a lot of fun with it on the tennis court in my groups and in my private lessons and here at the academy. So I highly recommend this device. Just be aware it has a 95% accuracy rate, so it's 5% inaccurate. So if you're looking for the highest end, very, very accurate, like lab grade radar gun, this is not for you. But if you're cool with that and you want something that's not too expensive and that's useful, gives you good feedback, this is a very good option. All right, I'll see you guys on the next program. If you like this speed gun video, check out another video that I have right here.